Do you know barbers that cut baseball teams, football teams, wedding parties, uncles, daddies, mamas, brothers, sisters, and all of them come to the barber shop for that barber to cut their hair?
That's called word of mouth.
Word of mouth is your most powerful asset ever. Word of mouth is gonna always be your most powerful asset. A couple of things before we get started. I caught a little flack about giving away free game. People say, the game is to be sold, not to be told. Yeah, I get it. But I feel like if you ain't got enough game to give, then you ain't got enough game. For example, let's use money as an example. Money is a great example. If you don't have a lot of money to give, then you ain't gonna give no money. Just like your game. You ain't got a lot of game to give, so you ain't gonna give no game. So that means you ain't got enough game. Boys was falling over when I said I was the best barber in the world. Well, yeah, I feel like I'm the best barber in the world. And that's what I do. I motivate people to become who they supposed to be, the best barber in the world. If you don't feel like you the best barber in the world, who else gonna feel like you the best barber in the world? So become the best barber in the world in your mind before you are the best barber in the world, all right? No business can survive without customers, and the barbershop is no exception. The same method you use when you first get started. Well, hold up. Let's talk about how you first got started. Well, I'll tell you a story about how I first got started. All right. I moved from Louisiana to Houston, right? I had a Louisiana license. But either way, I opened my own shop. What I did was I got a shop right by a school, apartment complexes and houses. I printed out papers, just small, cheap papers. You can cut them in half. Look, 4x7s, 511s, whatever you want to do. But I passed them out to the same people every day. Talked to them, understood what they needed, what they wanted. And if the kids were in the car, I gave them candy whenever they got to the car. Those are the things that I did. Now, when these people finally come through your door, you got to treat them better than anybody you ever treated before. You got to give them an experience to talk to somebody else about, whether it's your pricing. So if your pricing is cheap, then they will tell everybody it's affordable. But if your pricing is high, they'll make everybody understand why they spent the money to get a service from you. Now you tell them to tell somebody, and they tell somebody, and now you have a whole bunch of people coming to you because you got affordable prices. You treat them better than anybody ever did before in the barbershop. And now what you have done is made a customer that's gonna go tell somebody else. And when they tell somebody else, that's where we at, word of mouth. Now I would advise to go the route that I did. I went with affordable prices with discounts. Now, it's entirely up to you. You're your own boss. You can do exactly what you want to do. You can go ahead and charge them as high as you want to. It still works the same way. Word of mouth ain't dead. It just moved to the reviews. Now that's free game. Now, High Block fam, I hope you got you some free game out of this. And if you did, subscribe. And if you didn't, thank you for watching. See you later.
But I'm still the master barber, the best barber in the world.